Wow! Congratulate Emilio Martin for starting a new position at product develop. Okay, but didn't you guys get internships like both of you like
Yes,
recently?
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Exciting
Dude, it's
stuff.
dude,
Exciting.
because we got jealous of your internships, Zach. Your LinkedIn is
Can you
ah,
calm
bro.
down?
Yeah,
Let's
dude, Zach,
go.
your LinkedIn is so long
Self
here.
plug. Do connect with me. LinkedIn.
Me too, me too.
So, hey guys, welcome to our sixth episode of the 730 podcast, brought to you by our beloved passion project, 730 Lectures. As you know, we're not just a podcast. We also have 730 Stories, where we feature college students from different backgrounds as they talk about their experiences and their dreams for the future. You can see these on our Facebook and Instagram pages.
Speaking of dreams, today's episode is very special because we have two college students who have already taken the steps to achieve their dreams. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about internships. Today's episode is titled I Take My Laptop and Intern at a Company. We chose this because we want to talk about the ins and outs of an internship for students like you and me. And furthermore, we want to tackle the internship process under our current lockdown situation, how it's changed and how it stays the same.
So I can't agree with you more on that, Renan. I guess it's like something for us to keep in mind, right? As we, being college students, find more opportunities to reach greater heights. And I guess on that note, I'm super excited to introduce our first guest. He is a business administration student at the University of the Philippines.
Yes, so I can be more excited to have our guest today. Our guest was our student council president back in our sophomore year in Xavier, and he is currently a member of the Junior Marketing Association and is currently a brand management intern at Procter and Gamble.
Yo, so those are some really great credentials, man. But I just want to highlight that you are more than just your credentials. So we were wondering if you could impart some knowledge and advice to our audience who want to catapult themselves into similar success as yours. How long will your internship be, and how long has it been so far?
Actually, my internship is a 2-month internship. It actually started June 1, and it's going to be ending on July 31st, so next week. So I'm pretty much approaching the last stretch of my internship.
How were you able to get the internship naman?
Basically, in my college, in the College of Business Administration, we have an organization called the Career Assistance Program. And what they basically do is to connect different opportunities of different companies, whether it's for internship or for employment, and they connect those opportunities to us, the students. You could say how I got the internship was a mix of the exposure that I was given in terms of what the career assistance program offered me, but also from a lot of advice from my peers. I'd say my batchmates, my upperclassmen in the college who also went through similar internships.
Congratulations on that, Ryan. So, when you got into your internship, what did you expect out of being a Procter and Gamble intern?
It's pretty hard to say because I think the only perception that I had coming into the internship was that it was going to be difficult. And I say this mostly because of the feedback that I got from a lot of my upperclassmen within the college who have also been through an internship in P&G. I haven't heard anyone say that it was something that was easy. Coming into it, I really expected to be challenged. I expected it to expose me to things that I had no idea about. Like, just entering it feeling a bit clueless. And I guess you can say that that expectation lived up to it, no? A way I would put it is, or how I would tell my friends about this, I don't feel like I've been challenged as much as ever as I've been challenged in this internship so far.
Wait, so speaking of like it meeting your expectations, can you tell us like exactly what do you do for the company?
If you guys don't know, or for anyone in the audience who might be interested, brand or brand management is just P&G's way of marketing. Whereas in other companies, you'd usually see a sales department, finance department, and a marketing department. In P&G, the way that they structure marketing is actually called brand. So the way it differs is that people in the brand department, they actually approach their work in a way that is very centered on marketing but taps on a lot of other fields within the business. So let's say, for example, you can be assigned to the brand department handling marketing campaigns, marketing executions, and strategies. But at the same time, all the things that you do are grounded by all these other fields present. So I can't really speak on behalf of other companies because this is the only one I've experienced so far. But at least on my personal perspective with my internship experience, it was pretty eye-opening because the internship gave me something more than just marketing. It exposed me a lot to finance and budget work. It exposed me to a lot of sales and distribution strategies, working with different people from different departments. That's where I feel like I was challenged a lot with my brand management role. Just an overview of what I did. I basically handled media, something that's been very crucial, especially in the past few months, with everything
Yeah.
going on. ABS-CBN shutting down, and of course with that comes like it has a negative implication on reach or how many people you can easily reach via your TV channels. So it suddenly begs the question, how would you be able to compensate for that reach on other channels like radio or on digital? And then the other side to my internship is less on the media standpoint but more on working hand in hand with the different brand teams. So like in hair care, in oral care, in dishwash care, and many other categories within P&G, and basically working hand in hand with them to try to find ways to grow their premium lines.
Ryan, could you talk a little bit about the work culture in PNG? Like as an intern, like how have they been so far to you, and how are they as a company, like working with each other?
I guess to answer that, I'd like to touch on two things now. So the first, dealing directly with their work culture. We had a sit down dialogue with the general manager, or in other words, the CEO of PNG Philippines. And something that I really took or from our dialogue with him was the idea of controlling your own destiny. And controlling your own destiny in the sense that you're not just there to fulfill a preset career path. You're not just there to accomplish tasks at hand, but you're there primarily to lead your own projects and basically unlock your individual potential in bringing the best out of the company as a whole, collectively. I feel like that's a huge part of the culture, not only because everyone has that challenge to control their own destiny or to lead their own projects, but it extends and cascades all the way down to, I don't mean to call us this, but technically interns are at the bottom of the chain. And nice to say that even at this quote unquote low level of being an internship, I wasn't just tasked to help out with projects. I didn't feel like I was just an extension of my boss or an extension of my work teammates, but I led my own projects. So in that way, the culture of being able to control your own destiny and to lead from an individual standpoint was felt even by me, someone who's new, someone who's just an intern. Another side to that, though, given the circumstance of this being a virtual internship, made it, I'd say, difficult also. With that ability or that freedom to lead your own projects, with all the expectations there, the standard, you could say, is raised a lot higher. The standard that they hold you to be able to deliver and to be able to meet their expectations is relatively high. And I do think that this, having been a virtual internship, made it a bit more difficult to do that, no? Yes, I was able to gain good relationships with my boss, with my workmates, but I wouldn't say that I was able to get as close to them or befriend them in the way that I could have if, say, it were an office experience. Same goes with being able to meet with different agencies, different third-party organizations that we partner up with.
A lot of college students out there, some of them think that are discouraged by internships taking up too much of their time, or for example, like it's too far or something to that effect. But now that it's a virtual internship, like how's your daily schedule?
So the good side to this is that obviously you block out all the other time wasting efforts. So for example, I live in Pasig, and then going to the office would have taken me, I'd say, 1 hour plus in the morning, maybe 1 hour to 2 hours going back. So that's already about 4 hours of my day. And then, of course, I'd have to spend for parking a lot less time with my family also day to day, especially now with this pandemic happening. It's sort of become, and it should be, no, the top priority. The other side to it, though, I would say, of a virtual setup and how days are like, just to be very honest and candid, I would personally say that it's harder for me to focus. That's some real advice that I'd like to give, no. Parang entering an internship, for those who are looking to enter an internship now, it's very, very difficult, in my opinion, to be able to separate the work aspect of your life and the rest, non-work aspect of your life, which I think is very important. There were many times, actually, in my internship where I was busy, I was doing work, I was productive, but you could say in little bursts throughout the day, I'd feel unmotivated. Sometimes I'd feel, if not unmotivated, just burnt out. Parang I'm here in my rest place at home where I usually take the time to just rest, enjoy with my family, not do work. And now it's basically where I work 8 to 9 hours a day. During that lunch break, as long as there are no meetings now, I make sure that I really set that time to just rest and not bother about work, not check my laptop, things like that, just to be able to reconnect with the whole resting environment and then with my family also. I set time to really exercise. So I love playing football, so I just play around here and then I also exercise.
Could you give like advice or steps that younger students can take to acquire an internship in the future?
Well, of course, I don't want to preempt anything. Everyone and anyone has their own direction, their own priorities. But my first would be don't rush. I know it does sound counterintuitive. A lot of people nowadays, myself included, are really at it to try to get as much experience as possible, as early as possible. And while that's good, um, something I realized throughout this 2 month stint, working in a pretty tough company with a tough internship, I realized how much I missed college, or how much, or if not missed, how much I love college and how different work is. Now, that's not to say that jumping from college to work is a bad thing. Obviously, it's something we all have to go through. It's empowering, something that can help us provide for our families and our own families later on. But it is very different. It's a very different level of pressure, a very different level of expectations. It's no longer as easy as being able to just bond and relate to people in the same, with like your peers who are going through the same stuff, same age, same life stage. In work, it's a lot more diverse. You get to talk to people who are fresh grads, some people who are moms, dads already, some people who are near retirement. So it's a completely different ball game, no. And the second, though, it might make me sound like a hypocrite because it's the exact opposite of what I said. But I guess given the virtual internship, make the most out of the opportunities available. So actually flinging it forward, I told you guys that my internship ends this July 31st. And starting August, I'm going to be taking another internship in another
Oh.
industry,
Ah,
another company.
wow.
So yeah, it's
Messy man.
major. What the heck, right? What a hypocrite. You could say that I'm not fully set on where I want to start my career yet. And while that is not something that you are pressured or have to know before you graduate college, it would help to have that multiple perspectives when you do or before you graduate, no? And because this whole internship is set up to be online and virtual, as other internships are now, and also schools, no, everything being online, there is suddenly now this opportunity to be able to, of course, take it at your own risk and assess the situation at hand also. But there is a possibility to take an internship together with your classes, diba? So that's what I'm gonna be doing. But of course, at the same time, again, like a warning, no, it's not as easy to just balance an internship and academics. I have never done it yet, so I guess I'll find out this August
Good luck.
if I can take it. But yeah, thanks. Pero at least on my case naman, I made the necessary arrangements. Like I talked to this company also and inform them that I won't or I will have to be balancing it with school. So at least there are some expectations managed on that end. The other thing pala, so of course, like what I said a while ago, college orgs or student councils, I know in a lot of colleges, a lot of universities, both here and abroad, offer services like that. So be sure to leverage that. But aside from that, something that really helped me were two things. One is cliche. It's just looking on LinkedIn. I had this thing in March, March and April before I got confirmed for PNG. I had what I called LinkedIn Saturdays, wherein every Saturday for an hour or two, I'd just check LinkedIn and look for opportunities, apply wherever. That's worth a shot. The other one is if you have the opportunity, try to message or reach out to a lot of your college mates, no? They might not even be your close friends. They could just be org mates, council mates, upper batch friends or acquaintances that you've only met once and it might be awkward. Pero based on my experience, I've reached out to a lot of people that I wouldn't consider to be my close friends. People that I might not be able to have one-on-one conversations with because it would be awkward. But help reaching out to all those people, asking for advice, asking for input on, oh, where do you think I can intern? Do you know where some of your friends intern? Just getting or building that network of ideas.
So thank you very much, Ryan. Again, this is Ryan Delos Reyes. He is a student at University of the Philippines and he's currently an intern at Procter and Gamble.
Man, nothing but respect for Ryan. But okay, today isn't over because we have another college student who's been working super hard on her internship.
That's right. Our second intern is an incoming senior at the Ateneo de Manila University and is taking up AB Communications. She's the Associate Vice President for Sponsorship at the Ateneo Collegiate Society of Advertising.
Yes, and now she's interning for AdSpark Philippines. So without further ado, let's welcome Sari Tiaoqui.
Hi guys, thank you for having me.
So that company, like, it sounds like weirdly familiar, but like I'm pretty sure I've encountered it somewhere. So would you be able to like give us like a short introduction on what is AdSpark Philippines?
Okay, so AdSpark Philippines is a digital marketing agency, and we are actually a subsidiary of Globe. So Globe is our parent company, and it was founded in 2007. So we've been around for quite some time. We are well known in the marketing industry, and some of our clients include PNG, URC, Nestle, those big brands. And we do various things. We actually have 6 departments in the agency, and these include innovations, client services, media operations and analytics, media strat and creatives, tech delivery, and the support team.
Could you walk us through the steps that you did to acquire the internship?
To be quite honest, I applied to around 15 internships before I got the one with AdSpark, and I was feeling really anxious because a lot of my batchmates who are incoming communication majors are required to take an internship. But given the circumstances that we're facing now, Ateneo actually lifted the requirement. But I decided to still take an internship because it's something I've been looking forward to. And so I sent my resume, I sent a cover letter, and it actually took a while before I heard from them again. I heard from them after around a month. But once I got the position, they actually explained that a lot of people applied and they only got 4 interns.
Wow.
Whoa,
Yes.
that's tough.
So Sari, what specific work are you focused on in the company? Like what are you exposed to and what are your activities?
Okay, so right now I'm under the partnerships and product subdepartments, and those fall under innovation. So for partnerships, I communicate with different companies, different clients, in order to give our clients a better experience. So I have meetings almost every day. I have deadlines every day as well. I'm currently working on around 5 or 6 projects for different clients, and that requires me to speak with like 20 people. It's really fun. I've been using email a lot more now. It's funny because when you get older, you check your email more than you check social media. Aside from partnerships, like I mentioned, I'm also under products. And what we do there is we formulate new products that will help our clients promote their business or improve the client experience or the customer experience rather.
You're like super involved, right, with like the day-to-day ongoings with the company. On that note, could you talk to us about like how the work culture is within AdSpark?
It's funny that you ask that because I noticed a lot of my friends who are taking internships now, most of them aren't really hands on. And what I appreciate about AdSpark is that they actually treat me like I'm a part of the team, like I'm an actual employee. And they really walked me through the entire process of the way things work. Everything is super organized. Everyone is so friendly, but still professional. And even though I've been working there for less than a month, I've already learned so much. So I definitely recommend that college students take an internship before they graduate. You really will learn so much, whether it is paid or not, because more than anything, it's a learning experience and it's something you'll take with you once you start working.
As you mentioned earlier, given the current situation has really made it much more difficult for the internship process to happen, and as a result, the internships have been happening online, just as regular company processes have been working online. So with that, how has the virtual internship experience been like? How has it been different from a traditional internship?
I personally enjoy working from home just because my time is so flexible and also I'm very good at multitasking. But I guess a negative aspect of, working from home is during meetings, you really have to go to a quiet room so that you don't seem unprofessional for having like noise in the background or during mealtime, for example, like we still have lunch breaks, but you have to do it at a specific time. You have to eat at a specific time so that you aren't taking time away from your work. And I feel like that would be so much more different than if you were actually in your workspace because everything is timed, everything is organized.
Could we ask you like what would be your advice to younger students who want to apply for internships? Like, what are the things that they should do?
If you want to apply for an internship, I suggest that, as early as your freshman year in college, you join different orgs that best suit what you want to do in the future. So, for example, me, since I want to get into marketing and advertising, I joined the Collegiate Society of Advertising, which is the only advertising org in Ateneo. And last year, I was actually the vice president. And then this year, I decided to step down just so I could focus more on work. That's impressive for your employers because they see that you're taking initiative, you're a good leader. And another thing is to just persevere. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, it took a month for AdSpark to get back to me. And I applied to around 15 other internships before I got the one that I really liked. Diba? So don't give up. I know a lot of people who are discouraged by, when they don't hear from the company or when they get turned down. Such a blessing to even be able to work, diba?
Thank you so much for being here with us. We're really happy to have had you here. We'd like to once again thank both our guests today for coming on. We're super honored to have the chance for these guys to share their insights, wisdom and experience to our fellow college students out there.
As always, thank you for joining us in today's episode and make sure to hit that like and follow button on our Facebook and Instagram pages at 7:30 Lectures. We've got a whole lot of stuff in store for you, especially something this coming late August.
Wink, wink.
And stay tuned to our Facebook page to figure out what that is.
So we hope you're all excited and stay safe, stay busy. Peace out, guys.